So, can you tell us a little bit about Kooikerhondjes and just about the breed? Because I think most of us have never heard of them before.
Yeah, so we actually call them Quakers for short if it makes it easier for you. I know it's a mouthful.
Hmm.
Quakers predate guns, so there's no guns involved with their job. A lot of people think that their job was very similar or is similar to tollers, and it is in a way. However, their jobs were performed a little differently. So Quakers, they worked in this elaborate trap system called an ending koi. On my profile, you can see I have it pinned, a video of the job that they do. But they essentially work through this elaborate trap system, and they would lead the ducks into a trap where the hunter would kill the duck and, supply it to the dinner table, right? But anymore now, it's mostly used for research purposes, like, tagging the ducks and all that stuff. That's a little bit about their job.
I did hear that they're the only other tolling breed other than duck
Yeah.
tolling retrievers.
Yes.
Yeah, and I heard that they can be like nippy and like quick to bite. Is that true?
Okay, so talking about temperament, they should never be an aggressive breed. They should be confident and friendly. They can be reserved with strangers, but they should be confident and, a happy-go-lucky kind of dog, right? They are more like family-oriented, but not necessarily with kids. They don't generally do well with young children just because they are, very loud, grabby, quick movements, stuff like that. And Quakers are very environmentally sensitive. They are also sensitive to touch and sound as well. So socialization is huge for them. They are prone to reactivity as well, which, again, socialization is going to be huge, especially early on.
Hmm.
But they should never really be like snippy or bitey, or they shouldn't be aggressive.
So, how did you get into the breed? How did you get into start breeding them?
Yeah. So I first found out about the breed. I'm sure everyone here probably remembers a show on Animal Planet called Dogs 101. I actually heard about the breed on there whenever I was a child. And it was always a breed that I was fascinated with. It was kind of like on my list of breeds that I wanted to get. Dachshund was actually my first choice of breeds, but we're talking about Quakers here. Because I knew that they were a rare breed. And like on Dogs 101, they kind of talked about how they were like pretty much only found in the Netherlands, which is their country of origin. I didn't think it would ever be possible for me to, get the breed because at the time, whenever I was a kid, I didn't know that like importing was a thing. I had no clue at all. But years later, like 5 years ago, I was on deployment in prior Navy. My husband and I, he was my boyfriend at the time, we were talking about whenever I got out of the Navy, whenever he left the ship, how we wanted to get a dog. So he kind of put me on a mission, kind of occupy my time because I was going a little crazy. It was COVID and everything. But I was researching all these different breeds that I had always loved, Dachshund being my first pick, right? And I was looking at like Craigslist and stuff. But anyway, I did all this research and everything on these different breeds, and none of them really fit our lifestyle. Like I would print out pictures and like all this information and bring it to my now husband. And we would kind of like go over all the information. We're like, no, this one doesn't work. This one doesn't work for them. Then I remembered Quakers. And so I looked into them and they were pretty much exactly what we were looking for.